So you want to know, how can you make 12 rares and 4 mythics in Magic the Gathering Arena in just 4 hours? You want to know how I did it? Well, it's also on a free-to-play account. That's important too. This is for those of you that are just beginning, just starting your journey in Magic the Gathering Arena, or restarting your journey because you just screwed up and you don't feel like doing it anymore. Or those of you that want a challenge. This has been one of the most amazing things that I've started in a while. It has just completely brought me back into Magic the Gathering Arena because of the amount of content that's available for a free-to-play new player that comes into the game. It's like almost like 30 hours, maybe even more of stuff that you can do. There's just so many things to do now. When I first came in, and I'm going to admit, some of the stuff you're going to see is a little bit, well, I kind of state things in an outdated way and then quickly correct myself because I wasn't aware of all this new stuff that they've given. Amazing new stuff, really cool things that you can do. And the greatest thing about it is, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm already going to have, by the end of this video, a perfectly legit S tier, top tier, maybe even 2 top tier standard decks just by creating a new account, putting in some codes, and playing through some of the tutorials. I'm not even all the way through the tutorials, maybe not even halfway through. And I've got enough to have 2 standard decks, real top tier standard decks. In fact, we're going to make probably the alpha dog of 2023 April standard decks. You'll find out what that is in a little bit. But hey, like I said, some of the information I start out is a little bit erroneous, so just pay attention as I go through, and we'll do a little sum up probably in the last video of this series because we're going to continue on with this series right through. We're going to go right through free to play, starting out all the way up to Mythic, and show you it can be done without spending a single penny on Arena. You want to know how? You want to know my secrets? Well, listen, I got to be honest with you. It's a little too bright in here. I want to make it a little bit darker, a little bit more secret. So, hey, welcome in everybody. It's Calm Little Buddy. I'm here starting a new Twitch and YouTube series, and this is going free to play on Magic the Gathering Arena. Free to play all the way to Mythic. That is the goal, without spending a single penny on Arena. We're going to take a free to play account and we are going to make it all the way from the start to Mythic. In order to do that, we first have to set up an account. If you don't know how to do that, very simply, you can just go to the Wizards website or search in Google MTGA or MTG Arena or Magic the Gathering Arena. Go to the account section, make your account, download the client, and then once you've done that, you can go ahead and log in to the client. And when we get there, I'm going to show you a few things as we take a quick look around, because you can redeem a ton of codes to start with to get you started. And then there's a bunch of tutorials that we can play. What we're going to do is, because it's going to take a little while to get through the beginning of this series, I'm going to kind of condense it down. So we're going to do the beginning part, and then as I do each additional part to that, I'm add it together, and I'll post it all up once we've gotten past the initial section, which is, there's a lot of tutorials you got to do, a lot of challenges you got to do, and eventually what you do is you end up getting a whole ton of free cards and free decks that you can play, some of which are good enough to get you started playing ranked in standard, and probably not in any of the other formats, but at least in standard. And so what we're going to do is we're going to strive to keep ahead of the curve, and we're going to try to do this without doing draft, because I know a lot of people don't like to do draft. But if we have to, we'll stick a few draft things in here, because there are ways to do that. We're going to try to do it just strictly playing standard. We're going to make decks that are competitive enough that we can at least gain packs until we can make a deck that's strong enough to get us to Mythic. But we'll talk about that later. Right now, let's get into the account and take a look at redeeming some of those codes. Magical!
Subby sub!
Appreciate you, my friend.
Are impressive warriors. Perhaps one of them will help us practice.
The forest belongs to the elves.
She seems like an enthusiastic teacher. You'll need to draw mana from lands to cast your spells.
All right, so here we are at the very beginning. Now listen, one of the things that we're going to be doing, guys, is while we're doing this YouTube video series, I'm also streaming this live. So if you hear me talking to somebody off the screen, don't panic. it is just people in chat. I put the chat up, but they are a vile group of pissy pirates that will try to destroy me at every turn. No, they're wonderful people. I just don't want to have a huge distraction going on with like stuff all over the screen. I've even taken my beautiful face down so you can't see the beauty of these eyes, these beautiful eyes of mine. Yeah, they've really kind of dumbed these down a bit. I had one spot where I had to stop and think. The old ones, especially if you did the old Duels of the Planeswalkers, some of them were really like hard puzzlers. Oh, and they gave us, whoa, holy crap, they gave us all the decks right away? Okay, this is a bit different than the way it used to be. You used to get one deck at a time after you completed the color, challenge.
What an adventure. You're well on your way to being a great planeswalker. What's next?
All right.
The decision is yours.
Okay. All right, so we're back here, YouTube friends. We're gonna go through the mail and claim a whole bunch of the stuff you get in the mail that will give us a lot of packs here. So, yes. So we're getting all of our stuff. Any of the ones that you see that don't have an attachment do not have a claim for them. The ones that do have an attachment, you'll get stuff to claim. So this stuff you can just ignore. Claim all this stuff. This is good. Well, yay. It's actually quite a bit of packs to start out with. Okay, so let's see. Can we actually do any claims here? Gameplay. Or is it the store? Do I have to go to the store?
Welcome to my humble home.
No, okay.
Here's just a few of the many resources out there. It's jam-packed with expert information and strategy. And you
Do I
can
have
always
to do
replay
these?
the tutorial.
Okay. Ah, there we go. Okay, so we did get to go to the store. All right, so here's what we do. If you just saw the moves that I made there, you go to your deck builder, and then all these options open up here for you. You can go to the store, and this is where you're going to redeem your codes. Where can you get your codes? Well, there's a bunch of different places that you can get codes, but let me pull up on the screen for you here. Let me see if I can do this real quick. If you go to MtG free codes 2023. This will be fine. And you just kind of scroll down. Here's all the free codes as of 2023 that are still active. So you just copy. Paste. And you get some packs. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to redeem all these codes and I'm going to get a whole bunch of these packs, but you can basically do that yourself very quickly, very easily. And then when we're done, we're going to come back and we'll open some of these packs. Okay, see you in just a few minutes. Okay, so faithful YouTubers, take a look at what we've got here. This is all the packs that we got. Now we can open these up. Sometimes if you want to open them individually, you can do individually, and then you can go and check out all your packs. What you normally get is, I'll explain this to you very quickly, you get one rare per pack, rare or mythic per pack, which you can flip and take a look at. This one happens to be Tireless Tracker. Is that a good card? No. But you also get these little pips towards earning uncommon rewards, common rewards, and of course here your rares and your wild, your mythics. Which are basically your ultra rares. Now I will tell you one thing. Rares are where it's at. Mythics sometimes can be valuable. Most of the time mythics are not playable, oddly enough, weirdly enough. There's like a couple mythics that are really good and then the rest of them are pretty trashy. There's a lot of not great rares as well, but your rares tend to be where you make your bread and butter. So you want to advance this wheel as much as you can. So I'm not gonna sit here and like individually open every pack. I'll do open all. This way, all we will see is just the rares that we get, and we'll watch our wheel pop off. Okay, so if you've been paying attention, and actually I did play a little bit more. If you've been paying attention, we have made it to 12 rares, 5 mythic rares. Is that enough for us to build a top tier standard deck? Yes, it absolutely is. In fact, we have a couple choices. What I did, took a little break, kind of rested a couple days, did our 4 hours, did, like I said, a couple little things here and there. And I went to Untapped GG. You can go to any website that has these decks, and I downloaded some decks that we could make. And I looked through and I found that we can do mono red, mono blue, and a mono white. All of these are well within our capability of doing right now. Look at this: 12 rare, 4 mythic, 8 rare, 6 rare, no mythics. So like I said, we might be able to make mono blue tempo before the end of this. Not before the end of it, obviously before the end of it, but very shortly after that. Or we could fish for one more rare, which would be probably easy enough to get. I think we're pretty close on the wheel as it is. And we could make mono white. Now, why would I make mono white? That's so dumb. That's the dumbest thing. I'm so sick of mono white after the last year and a half of mono white, and now obviously Azorius, you know, mono white plus blue. No, I don't want to do those. Now, of course, mono red is all the rage right now and is super, super powerful. About a 60% win rate for this particular deck that I've done. I think it might even be closer to 65, which is just crushing it. But I think there's going to be some backlash to it. And tempo is going to be there. I think what we should do, and this is just what I think we should do, is I think we should go through and we should build red and then use that to crush the rest of the Sparky rank challenge. Because most of the people in the Sparky League are going to be playing these decks. And just coming in with a 65 win rate from the higher tiers of Magic the Gathering, this is going to be enough to kind of coast. So that's what I'd like to do. So here's what you do. Edit your deck. And all right, so this all looks pretty good. I mean, we can always obviously update this a little later. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this deck. And there's other versions of this too, guys. There's, you know, you could go even a little bit crazier than this. I just happen to take one that I knew I could build right away that I liked the look of. I'm going to probably pull 1 to 2 of these lands out and put in some workshops in here. But I'm not sure yet. We'll take a look and see in a little bit. Let's go ahead and let's just craft this. This is gonna feel good. Oh, we have a standard deck. Oh my goodness, this is so amazing. Let's just make sure it is standard. Yeah, okay, standard. We got the old lady. We don't even have a pet. We don't even have a pet. All right, save and exit. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready to go in and destroy Sparky Challenge? Are you ready? I mean, what are we on right now? Let's take a look at the profile and see how close we are to beating Sparky. We're in Sparky 2. Are you ready to absolutely crush it and go get our tokens and the rest of our packs and access to every other area of the game? I'm psyched. Are you psyched? Are you pumped? Next time. All right. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. As always, appreciate it. If you do need more information on the basics of Magic and how to get better at the game and how to improve the game, go ahead, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, ring the bell. Just press all the buttons except the thumbs down, okay? Avoid the thumbs down. Thumbs down is going to give you some sort of terrible disease if you touch it. So make sure that you go ahead and punch your ticket in for more content like this. We also do content in some other games, especially Noita is another one that we do. So if you like that, go ahead, subscribe. Love you muchly, guys, and we will catch you in the next episode. Thank you so much.